This is my first lecture for SYBSc class on the topic mathematical methods in physics. I will be teaching chapter number 3, which is vector algebra and analysis. So you must know what is mean by algebra. Algebra means rules of addition, multiplication, division. Okay, so we are going to study those rules for vectors. So how can we add 2 or 3, 4, 5 or very large number of vectors? What are the rules for adding those vectors? The next part is analysis. Analysis is generally related to fields. The fields are vector and scalar fields. Okay, you must have been familiar with rules of algebra of addition of scalars. Okay, so like if you add 2 plus 3, you know 2 plus 3 is 5. But in case of physics, when we say 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, we have to specify unit for those scalars. Like 2 kg plus 3 kg is 5 kg. You cannot add 2 kg in 3 gram. Okay, so unit of those two physical quantities must be same. Similarly, for subtraction, multiplication and division, the rules are we have to specify. Okay, now next, scalars and vectors. What is mean by scalars? You know definition of scalars. What is mean by scalars? A physical quantity which have only magnitude and does not have any direction. Vectors, vector means the quantities which have magnitude as well as direction. Okay, so here there are many examples of scalars like mass, time. Okay, mass we measure in kg, time in seconds, which is scalar quantity. Pressure we measure in pascals. Vectors, force, acceleration, velocity, displacement. Okay, in physics, when we study various laws, all the laws are represented, or all the physical quantities are in terms of scalar and vectors. Okay, it is either scalar or vector. Then next, geometric representation of vector. How we can represent vector geometrically? For geometric representation of any vector, we must specify that vector. Vector is not a visible quantity. Visible means which we can see with our naked eye. Okay, so suppose we have ant which is moving from here to here. This is initial position, this is final position. Like we call this as point O. Now if we connect these two initial and final position by line, okay, that ant is taken any path. Okay, and suppose we say 5 seconds are required or taken by that ant for moving from here to here. Then how can we represent this displacement vector? This is displacement vector which shows initial and final position and displacement of that ant. We can take any horizontal axis as x-axis, vertical axis as y-axis, and suppose this final point is P, then we say vector OP represents displacement vector of that ant. Okay, so geometrically we have to take, this is for planar vector, two axes x and y axis, and we can show that vector as vector OP. If we take magnitude of this vector, magnitude of vector, any vector, magnitude of any vector is a scalar quantity. Okay, so magnitude is nothing but length of this vector. Okay, length means distance from here to here. Okay, suppose you take another vector like this, we say OQ, then magnitude of vector OQ is less than magnitude of vector OP. Okay, then next we know that any vector have magnitude as well as direction. Here direction is represented by arrow. Okay, initial position, final position, and we show arrow, which means that in which direction that object, in this case ant, is moving. Okay, so you must have understand what is mean by geometric representation of any vector. Okay, there is no limitation on choosing how we choose axis. Suppose some of you say we take x-axis like this and y-axis like this, and we represent vector OQ in this coordinate system, then it is also okay. You can take x-axis over here, y-axis over here, and you can represent vector like this also. Okay, so by choosing origin, you can take your origin anywhere and show this vector. Okay, but the very simple case, we take origin at starting point. Okay, similarly, any two-dimensional vector can be represented geometrically like this. We can represent force, velocity, acceleration in this way. Okay, now next point is types of vectors. Okay, generally there are two types of vectors: polar vector and axial vector. Polar vector and axial vector. What is mean by polar vector? If a given vector represents or directs in the direction of physical quantity, if a given vector represents or directs in the direction of that physical quantity, then such vector is known as polar vector. Polar vectors are velocity, displacement, acceleration, force. All these vectors are polar vectors, because all these vectors are directed in the direction of these physical quantities. Means velocity vector is always directed in the direction of velocity of that object. Acceleration vector is always directed in the direction of acceleration of that object. Similarly for force. Okay, next one is axial vector. What is mean by axial vector? Generally axial vectors are used in case of rotational motion of the object. Okay, and those vectors, axial vectors, are always directed along axis of rotation. So what is mean by axial vectors? Axial vectors are the vectors representing direction of rotation of that object and directed along axis of rotation. Okay, what are the example of axial vectors? Angular velocity. Okay, then torque. Those are the examples of axial vectors. Now how to find out direction of axial vectors? For finding direction of axial vectors, we have to use right hand thumb rule. Okay, how we use right hand thumb rule? We are just recalling all these points. You already studied all these points. Okay, right hand thumb rule. Okay, suppose a object performing circular motion in counterclockwise direction, anti-clockwise, counterclockwise or anti-clockwise direction. How we use, take your right hand, okay, and in which direction that object is performing motion, curl your fingers in that direction. Then your thumb, outstretched thumb, gives direction of this vector. Okay, suppose object is performing motion like this, then angular velocity is directed like this. Okay, upward direction. If you change its direction of motion, then you cannot put your fingers like this, then you have to go all the way like this and curl your finger like this. Then in this direction, down direction, we say, or towards into this board, angular velocity is directed. Okay, you take anti-clockwise direction, you have to take that direction as positive direction, and clockwise direction you have to take that direction as negative. Next one is torque. Generally torque is represented as cross product of R cross F. Okay, what is mean by R and what is mean by F? This is for rotational motion. Suppose you take bar, okay, moving in this plane, and suppose this is axis of rotation. This is axis of rotation and bar is like moving like this. Okay, and we have to find out torque for this motion. Okay, R means if we take point over here, then position of that point from axis of rotation is vector R. Okay, and we are applying force in this direction. If we doesn't apply force in this direction, then that bar will not move at all. We have to push that bar like this. Okay, then cross product of R cross F, again by right hand rule, R. Okay, we have to put our fingers in the direction of first vector R, again cross F, curl your finger towards second vector. Okay, then outstretched thumb is like this. This will give direction of torque. Suppose direction becomes clockwise. Now remember, this is anti-clockwise direction. If you change direction, okay, to anti-clockwise sense, again for anti-clockwise direction, force must be like this. Okay, again R, we have to go like this. R cross F means torque is into the board. Okay, so you must have understand what is mean by axial vectors. So axial vectors are directed along axis of rotation. That's why those vectors are known as axial vectors. Polar or radial vectors are directed towards in the direction of those physical quantities. Okay, now next, there are many types of vectors. First one is unit vector. Okay, what is mean by unit vector? A vector which is having unit magnitude. Okay, Unit magnitude means its magnitude is unity or 1. Such vector is known as unit vector. Okay. Any vector which is having magnitude of unity. Unity means 1. Such vector is known as unit vector. Okay. Examples of unit vectors are, I cap, j cap, k cap. This is the unit vector along x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. Suppose vector A, we can show that vector as magnitude of vector A into n cap. N cap means what is the direction along which the values of vector A goes on increasing. Okay. So from this we can calculate n cap as vector A divided by magnitude of vector A. So here we can show n cap, which is unit vector, as vector A divided by magnitude of vector A. This is another definition of unit vector. Okay. Now next vector is zero or null vector. So from its name you must have understand what is mean by zero or null vector. A vector which has zero magnitude, okay, is zero or null vector. If magnitude of vector is 0, which means that starting and final point of that vector is same. Okay. And next one, before that, example of zero or null vector, origin. You can show origin as 0, 0, 0. Okay. So origin is nothing but zero or null vector. Okay. If velocity is constant for any object, then we know acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. If velocity is constant, then derivative of constant is 0. Then again this is 0 or null vector. Okay. Now next, equal vectors. What is mean by equal vectors? If two or more vectors are equal, okay, if two or more vectors are equal, when they are equal, if their magnitude as well as direction is same. Okay. Equal vectors means two or more vectors are equal when their magnitude as well as their direction is same. Okay. Like this. These two vectors are equal, their direction is same as well as their magnitude is also same. Okay. Next, negative vector. Now if two vectors are equal, then their direction is same. If you change direction of other vector like this, then their magnitude is same but their direction is opposite. Such vector is negative of one another. Okay. Suppose this is vector A, then we can say that this vector as vector minus A. So vector minus A is negative vector of vector A. Okay. So negative vector means direction is same, sorry, direction is opposite but magnitude is same. Okay. Then position vector. Okay. What is mean by position vector? Okay. Suppose you take any object in space and that object is resting. Okay, suppose I say I put my duster over here. Okay, so replace that point by its center of mass, which is very single point. Okay, suppose that duster is over here and I shown like this, and I have to show position of this object. How can I show? I can take origin over here. You can take origin anywhere. Okay, and connect that point. Say that point as OP. So vector OP is nothing but position vector. Okay, what is mean by position vector? We can show position of any object, okay, with respect to some arbitrary origin. Okay, then next, concurrent vector. Two or more vectors are said to be concurrent when they have same origin. Okay, suppose another object is over here, which is Q, and I show position of that object is like this, then I say vector OQ and OP are concurrent vector. Why? Because they have same origin, like this. Suppose this is S, then vector OP, OS, OQ are concurrent vector. Why? Because they have same origin. Okay. The next vector, like vector and unlike vector. Okay. When we say two vectors are like vector and or unlike vector, okay, like vector means any two vectors have two or more vectors have same direction, but their magnitude may be different. Okay, this magnitude of this vector is less than magnitude of this vector, but their direction is like this. So those vectors are like vectors. You can take many more vectors. Okay, so all those vectors are like vectors. Now unlike vector, opposite to this, their magnitude is same. Okay, but their direction is opposite. Sorry, magnitude may be different, but direction is totally opposite. Such vectors are unlike vectors. Okay, so what is the definition of unlike vectors? Two vectors are said to be unlike vector when their direction is opposite to each other and having different magnitudes. Okay, the next, coplanar vector. Now to show or to know what is mean by coplanar vector, two or more vectors are said to be coplanar when these vectors lie in the same plane. Okay, suppose you take one vector like this and another vector like this. Both these vectors lie in this plane, so these vectors are coplanar. Suppose you take third vector like this, then again we can say these three vectors are coplanar vectors. Now if you take another vector which is like this, okay, then these vectors are not coplanar. If you take any two vectors, then two vectors are always coplanar. Why? Because one vector is like this, another vector is like this. So you can define coplanar because you can take plane like this. Okay. Now next, non-coplanar vector. Definition of non-coplanar is opposite to this, which means two or more, not two, more than two. We have to take more than two because two vectors are always coplanar vectors. three or more vectors are non-coplanar when these vectors does not lie in the same plane. Okay. Reciprocal vector. What is the definition of reciprocal vector? Reciprocal vector is the vector which is having direction same as given vector, but its magnitude is reciprocal of magnitude of given vector. Okay. Suppose our given vector is vector A and magnitude of vector A is represented like this. Then reciprocal vector of this vector A is represented as vector A inverse or reciprocal. So definition of this is like this. Magnitude is reciprocal of magnitude of given vector. Okay. But direction is same as this vector. Okay. So A cap is the unit vector which represents direction of this vector A. So in this way we can define reciprocal vector. Okay. So we know that vector A can be represented as magnitude of vector A into A cap. So from this we can write A cap is equal to vector A divided by magnitude of vector A. So put over here we get vector A reciprocal is equal to 1 divided by magnitude of vector A. I can write magnitude like this, and A cap as vector A divided by A. So that becomes vector A divided by A square. Okay. Why we take reciprocal of any vector? Why we need to take reciprocal of any vector? Because there are some vectors which have very large magnitudes. Okay. Large magnitudes, like starting point is over here and ending point is over here, and we have to show only direction of that vector and reduce its magnitude. Okay. So what we do here, we divide that vector by its magnitude. Okay. So its magnitude is reduced and direction remains same. Okay. So for reducing very large vectors in very small direction, we have to take reciprocal vectors. Okay. Reciprocal vectors are used in crystallography. Okay. In diffraction studies. And very famous example of reciprocal vector is for building pyramids. Okay. You know, pyramids have very large structure. So for building very large structure, we have to reduce. Okay. And take and do necessary calculations, and again we can amplify by multiplying this by magnitude. Okay. Now another property of reciprocal vector is that we know that unit vectors I cap, j cap, k cap are known as self-reciprocal. Why? When we take I cap inverse, by definition of reciprocal vector, we have to take 1 divided by magnitude of I cap and multiply by direction of I cap, which is nothing but I cap. So magnitude of unit vector is 1. We studied already in unit vectors. So this is nothing but I cap. So I cap inverse is I cap. Similarly for j cap and k cap. That's why I cap, j cap, k cap are known as self-reciprocal vectors. Okay. Last one is gradient vectors. Okay. Any vector which is represented by, which represents given field, such vector is known as gradient. Okay, in vector analysis we are going to study gradient in detail, gradient vectors. Example of gradient vector is electric field, which is represented by derivative of potential dv by dx. Okay, or force, which is negative gradient of potential. Okay, this vector notation is also present over here. Okay, because those are the vector, but I didn't show direction because for finding direction we need more study of that. Okay, so we are going to study that part in analysis. Okay, so just recall what we have studied so far. Introduction to scalars, vectors, what is mean by scalars, what is mean by vectors. Okay, then how to represent geometrically given vector, then what are the different types of vector, what is mean by polar vector, a vector which is directed in the direction of given vector, in the direction of axis of rotation. This is axial vector. Then variety types of vectors, unit vectors, coronal vector, equal, negative, position, ठीक है, concurrent, like, unlike, coplanar, non coplanar, reciprocal and gradient. Okay, so with this recalling of what you have studied so far, okay, we start our next lecture. Okay, so today I stop here.